Jai Hind all. Myself, Dr. Amita Asthana from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, here in this particular video lecture, we will be discuss the amplitude modulation, the AM modulation. The topic has been taken from the Unit 5 from BEC 201 Fundamentals of Electronics Engineering, and this is for basically this video lecture has been recorded for the first year students in the second semester. So here we start the amplitude modulation. So the amplitude modulation is we are taking one message signal. Okay, whatever message signal we are going to take, it is carrying some sort of information, and the message signal, the natural signal which exist, these are all of very low frequency, right? If we can say in this particular graph, if we say the first graph, that is a modulating signal. You can say here we have taken it a very basic signal, that is a cosine function, and this particular cosine function is having a very low frequency. So in the low frequency form, we cannot transmit this particular signal, right? So we if we want to transmit it to the far distances, or we need to transmit message signal from one point to another point, then we have to increase the frequency of this particular message signal, because the frequency is very low, and that's why we need to enhance the frequency of this message signal MT. So here I have taken one particular message signal, that is MT, and this is called as the modulating signal. This modulating signal, and the modulating signal is a very low frequency signal. Now coming to the so what should be done for this? So the modulation is a technique where we are taking one carrier, okay, and that carrier signal, you can see here I have this carrier taken to be a cosine signal, basically sinusoidal signal we have taken. Okay, cosine or sinusoidal we can take, and carrier signal, you can see here it is having a very high frequency. So what we are doing is we are taking one carrier signal of our choice, but it should be of very high frequency. Now we have two signals right now, and first is the modulating signal. The problem, we want to communicate our message signal, that is modulating signal, but the problem is that the modulated signal is very low frequency, which cannot be propagated through the far distances. So here what we are going to do is we are going to take one more carrier signal, and which should have very high frequency, right? So here we have taken this carrier signal. Now we have two signals, first is modulating signal and second one is carrier signal. So here I can write it as carrier signal CT. So one is modulating signal and second one is the carrier signal. Now we will do some operation for this particular these two particular signals, right? And what's that operation we would like to understand, and that operation is known as amplitude modulation. And after doing that modulation process, okay, so the resulting signal, that will be like this particular signal will be the resulting signal. This is the signal now which we are going to propagate. Now this signal is the modulated signal. Modulated signal. Okay. So now this particular signal is having very high frequency, approximately equal to, greater than, or somehow few less than the carrier signal, but this particular signal is following the envelope of the modulating signal. So this resultant wave is called as modulated wave. This is the carrier signal and this is the message signal. So now I hope the graph is clear. Now coming to the representation of amplitude modulation. So MT is equal to AM cos 2 pi FMT, where FM is the frequency of modulating signal. Simple cosine signal we are taking for the modulation, but here this FM is very low. It is very low and that cannot be transmitted. Now we are taking one more signal, that is carrier signal, and now that is equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT, where FC, this FC is carrier signal and this is very high. This is very high frequency signal, right? Okay. So one modulating signal, frequency FM, amplitude AM, one carrier signal, frequency FC, and amplitude is AC. So FM and FC are the frequency of modulating signal and the carrier signal respectively. And while we are doing the modulation, actually what we do is we pass it through the square law modulator, and then we are passing it through the band pass frequency selector filter. So the resultant wave, the amplitude modulated wave, will be coming like this, and this is the standard equation of AM modulation. So this particular is the standard equation of amplitude, standard equation of AM amplitude modulation. So this ST is known as AC plus AM cos 2 pi FMT whole bracket cos 2 pi FCT. So this is how we will represent the AM wave, amplitude modulated wave, and this particular equation, this AC plus AM cos omega MT cos omega CT. Okay, this particular equation we have to learn it, and this is a very important equation. It's a very important equation and we need to learn it. Okay, so for first year students it's necessary to learn this particular AM modulated wave equation. Now coming to the modulation index. From this equation, if we take the AC out, okay, we are taking this AC as common, and here coming out to be 1 plus AM upon AC cos 2 pi FMT cos 2 pi FCT. So here if AC is coming out here in this particular equation, as we can see, this will be AM by AC, and this AM by AC is known as mu, and this mu is the modulation index. This is very important. This is term is very important. The modulation index. Modulation index is amplitude of the modulating signal upon amplitude of the carrier signal, right, like this. This modulation index is also known as modulation depth. Okay, so these two terms are the same, modulation index and modulation depth. Now here if we see the graph again, right, if here, now I am interested to find out this particular point and this particular point, right? Okay, this is what is AC, and since it has been shifted like this, okay, so this particular is AM Okay, so this point will be AM plus AC. Okay, and this point is AC minus AM. Okay, now if we note down that AC minus AM, what I have written is mu is equal to AM by AC. So this AC is greater than AM. This AC is greater than AM. That means if this AC is greater than AM, this value would be less than 1. This value is going to be less than 1, and this highest point is, it is AM plus AC, and this particular point would be AC minus AM. So if I want to calculate the maximum amplitude and the minimum amplitude, then I can say this A minimum would be AC minus AM, and this A maximum would be AC plus AM. We have seen from the graph that A max is equal to AC plus AM and A minimum is equal to AC minus AM. Now we want to calculate the value of AC and AM from these two equations. If we solve these two equations, first and second, then we would get AC is equal to A max plus A minimum upon 2 and AM is equal to A max minus A minimum upon 2. This is a small exercise students can do on their own, and if I put the value of AM and AC, then I can get this particular equation, that modulation depth or modulation index would be equal to A max minus A minimum upon A max plus A minimum, right? Now there are three cases. The value of modulation index we can see in this particular diagram. There are three cases: mu is less than 1, mu is greater than 1 and mu is equal to 1. So if AC is greater than AM, then we can see mu is less than 1, right? And if mu is equal to 1, the graph will exactly touch the x-axis, okay? And here, if mu is greater than 1, then AC would be less than AM, and the graph which is the basic graph of amplitude modulated wave, these two will get overlapped. If this AC is less than AM, then this will go down and this will go up, and here it will be an error. So the value of modulation equation should be, and this is okay, but it is not always possible to obtain the exactly mu is equal to 1. So this particular case is well suitable for the amplitude modulation. Now coming to the bandwidth of the amplitude modulation, the bandwidth of the amplitude modulation is maximum frequency minus a minimum frequency. So now we need to calculate this equation, what would be the maximum frequency in the standard equation and what is the minimum frequency in the standard equation. So we need to solve this particular standard equation of amplitude modulation. This is the standard equation of amplitude modulation, and we are just going to open it using the cos A into cos B formula. So here this term is okay, and this would come AC into mu cos A into cos B. Now we will solve it, and this will come AC mu by 2 cos 2 pi FC plus FMT, and one more term will be AC mu upon 2 cos 2 pi FC minus FMT. From cos A into cos B is equal to cos A plus 1 upon 2 cos A plus B plus 1 upon 2 cos A minus B. That formula we are going to use. Now here we can see the minimum frequency is FC minus FM. Okay, there are three frequency component. First is FC component, and second one is FC plus FM, and third one is FC minus FM. So this is the minimum. Okay, this particular frequency component is the minimum and this particular frequency component is the maximum. So if we want to calculate the bandwidth, then we will use the formula F maximum minus F minimum, and that would be FC plus FM and FC minus FM, and we are going to subtract it and we would get bandwidth to be equal to twice of FM. So bandwidth is equal to twice of FM. That is the bandwidth we have got. 2 FM is the bandwidth of a amplitude modulated wave. Now we are coming to the power calculation of amplitude modulation. This is my standard equation which I have calculated. Now there are 3 terms. This is the first term and this one is the carrier. Okay, this is the second term and this one is the upper sideband. This is the third term and this is the LSB, the lower sideband. Okay, now power of 3 terms we are going to calculate. First is the power of the carrier, second would be the power of USB and third would be the power of LSB. So total power would be PC plus PUSB plus PLSB. Now we are using the standard formula for power calculation, and whenever we are using this formula, then if we are having one, we want to calculate this. So what would be the power of this particular? That is Vm upon root 2, okay, square upon R. This is the power. We are basically using this particular formula, and from all the amplitude of these 3 terms, we can calculate the total power. So we will be calculating the total power. PC will be AC upon root 2 square upon R, AC square upon 2R. And similarly, this would be AC mu upon 2 is the term. We are dividing it by root 2, then we are squaring it and dividing it by the resistance. Here R is the resistance, R is the resistance, and this resistance is basically the antenna resistance. Okay. Similarly, power of LSB would be same. We are taking the term, since see here in this AC mu by 2 and AC mu by 2 are terms the same. So we want to calculate this particular LSB power, then this would be AC mu upon 2 root 2 square upon R, and it would be coming out to be AC square mu square upon 8R. So we can calculate the total power, the power PC plus power USB plus power LSB. Here we can calculate the total power as by adding the carrier power plus USB power plus LSB power, and that would coming out to be PT is equal to PC 1 plus mu square by 2. We have just substituted the value from all these, this AC square upon 2R plus AC square mu square upon 8R plus AC square mu square upon 8R like this, and yielding the total power PC 1 plus mu square by 2. Again, you have to remember this particular formula. This is very, very important, and again I am suggesting this formula to be learned by the first year students for solving the numerical of a amplitude modulation. Here the modulation index mu is equal to 1, then the power of AM would be 1.5 times the carrier power. So this is a general observation. For the value mu is equal to 1, if we take AM and AC to be equal, the power would be 3 by 2 times the carrier power, right? Now coming to we will see one example here. The question is, AM transmitter has a carrier power of 30 watts. That means carrier power, we are being given the power PC. PC is equal to 30 watts. The percentage of modulation 85%, that is mu is being given as 0.85. 85%, that means 0.85. You will keep value of mu between 0 and 1. Not 85 you will keep in the numerical, but you have to keep the value between 0 and 1, modulation index. The total power, what is the total power formula? PT is equal to PC 1 plus mu square by 2, and the power in one sideband. Okay. the power in one segment, we will first of all calculate total power, carrier power we know. So power of USB and power of LSB are equal. Then we will subtract the carrier power from the total power, okay, and then we will divide by 2 so that we can get the power of USB and power of LSB. See here, we will first calculate this PT. PT is equal to PC plus PUSB plus PLSB. Okay, this PT minus PC is equal to PUSB plus PLSB, and this PT is equal to 40.8 minus PC is 30. So we are getting it as 10.8, and these two powers are equal, then each will come out to be 5.4 and 5.4 like this. In this way we can solve the numerical. For more numericals we can do in the similar manner. Thank you. Take care.